Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Hawaii IRL. We're here with the guys from Spooky Kine Stuff, and this is Gabe and Wayne, and we're just going to get more in depth with them to see what they're all about. So, what's the story of this guy?
This guy is a fountain of talent, this guy. Not only is he our investigator slash cultural advisor, but him and his father actually head up our art department for Spooky Kine Investigations. And how we kind of ended up with the idea of trying to do this was Gabe's father actually retired as a composite sketch artist for the police department. And we thought one day we were just kind of talking about it and thought it would be a pretty neat idea to implement some sort of system in which people who see things would be able to talk to these guys. You can tell them more about that.
Yeah, so you're an artist yourself?
Yeah, well, I'm not as good as my dad. I mean, I try to do half as good, and I'll be kind of satisfied with my life, But anyway, so what I do is, what's great because Wayne knows the talents that each person in the Spooky Kine Investigation has, and he utilizes each and every one of us to our potential. And what's great is he sees my art as something great. I'm not too proud of it. But anyways, we do some composites where people will come in, they'll talk to us, and they'll kind of describe what a ghost looks like or what they've seen, maybe perhaps when they wake up, and we're able to sketch out a rough draft of what it could possibly be, and then Wayne does research and finds out exactly what type of spirits these are.
Who the person was, maybe?
Perhaps family, perhaps something unknown.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be great to eventually have the day when somebody does come and is able to describe what they've seen, and somebody looks at the picture and says, I know who that is.
Yeah, because our key thing is to help people, and that's what we're out to do.
Now, can you see?
Well, I don't consider myself sensitive. I consider myself aware, and as an artist, I like to look at the small details in things. And throughout the day, when I see or I hear something strange, I focus on it. And when I do, I notice these things moving around. I see shadows and hear voices and whatnot, out of place, and that's what mainly gets me up and jumping to the paranormal.
Okay, you're not invited to my house.
Oh.
just
I'm still invited, right?
Oh, well, maybe. Are you a ghost magnet at all?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean,
how'd you get into this then?
Myself, I've had family members who were afflicted with paranormal activity. Growing up, my mother would be attacked by choking ghosts.
Oh.
And so I heard a lot. I grew to kind of understand certain things. Honestly, when I was a kid, my favorite movie growing up was probably Ghostbusters. And that alone generated my interest into the paranormal, because through that I would want to learn more. And in learning more, the only things that were really available when I was a little kid were books on parapsychology. And so that's kind of where it all started, was to read about the study of psychic phenomena, poltergeist type activity. So yeah, one thing leads to another, and it kind of died down for a while in my life, and I just got to talking to some of my friends and certain people, and we were like, you know what, let's study this. This is something that fascinates me. My dream would be to just do this for a living. That's the dream.
But you guys don't get paid for it.
No, we have day jobs, and we have to wake up early and get to work, fight traffic. But that's always a dream that you're able to do that. But yeah, it's something that we all love and enjoy, and we would put our dedication into it, and especially when it comes to helping people, because it's hard. It's hard in general to imagine somebody as a victim, whether it be a crime or anything. And so really, sometimes it's even harder to imagine a person a victim of spiritual attacks or activity, because it's not of the physical.
Right.
And so when you take away the physical, then people start, well, are you sure? Questions start to pop up, and maybe we can help resolve something, find out the answers to the questions we're looking for. So we do believe that the spiritual and the science need to work together to try to understand the full picture. Because science is great, but science alone, I don't think works.
Oh, so how did you meet Matt, the science guy?
Matt, the science guy.
He's hiding in the background.
You know, actually, this guy used to work with me.
What?
Yes, in banking. He used to work with
You
me.
you're in banking?
Yes, I'm in banking.
And now
I'm a student now in UH.
Yes. And what are you studying?
Psychology.
Psychology. So, I don't know, we just got to talking about it one day, and he had an interest in it, but it was from the psychological aspect.
Oh, that's great. Well, I mean, when Wayne first came to me, he was like, hey, you know, I'd like to start investigating the paranormal. I was like, you just want to go around and look for ghosts? You know, I've seen like the TV shows and heard stories of guys wandering, and I was kind of hesitant. I mean, I was like, this could be interesting or not, but as I talked to him and he explained his process, and you know, he wanted the whole spectrum of looking at it from all different sides, not just from, you know, a believer's point of view, but from a skeptic, scientific, anthropological, you know, culture. And so that really got me excited of, you know, that'd be really great to see these things from different points of view. And yeah, then we started out.
That was it.
And how long have you guys been together?
Well, as a group, we've been together for almost 2 years. In October, we make 2 years. So hopefully we'll celebrate that with another Spooky Lao. In 2011. I've known Matt maybe only for 3. Yeah. Actually, he's a rival because he grad Punahou. And we're Iolani loyal. So now you have these two opposites. So we're trying to one up each other all the time. Nah.
I mean, you can try.
So what's the spookiest thing that ever happened to you guys? Did you have?
It's hard for me to say. Yeah, I mean, there have been a lot of things where I've kind of been like, oh, that was weird, but I could never 100% say for certain that was a ghost. So for me, it's a little hard to say, but I mean, I'm sure Wayne has a lot of awesome stories.
No,
Do you ever walk into a place and think, ooh, this doesn't feel good?
you have.
Yeah.
Admit it. The skeptic.
But there could be a lot of different reasons for that. It could be you know, barometric pressure. It could be the temperature. I mean, there's so many things. Like we just investigated, or we went down to what was it?
The frame
The
house.
oldest house.
Yeah, and when I walked in, I noticed that the house was actually off balance, which can throw someone off and give someone a sense of dizziness, even nausea. So
I did feel a little dizzy.
So I mean,
You are dizzy.
Shut up.
so you know, there's a lot of that stuff too. So it's hard for me to say for certain that the reason why I'm feeling this way is because an entity is, you know, forcefully making me feel this way.
Okay, so we went into this house and then we put that, what is that piece of equipment
The
called?
K2 meter.
And then we're asking if a ghost was there, and it went from green to orange, right?
Yeah.
And then we're asking questions like, are you a friend of this person? Are you that person? There's no response. Then he asked, is it okay for us to be there? And again, no response. And it's like, was it, do you want us to leave?
Yeah. If you would like us to leave, just let us know.
The thing went orange.
Yeah. Again, you show respect. If you know, if they have something against you there, really the thing you need to do is show it the respect and say, you know, as much as we'd love to document more, sometimes maybe that's just not the time or place to do it.
You have to think of them as just any ordinary person. You know, if you go into someone's house and they tell you to leave, you don't say, well, I'm just gonna stay here. And, yeah, you know, the polite thing to do is to say, okay, I'm sorry, and we're leaving. You know, you just have to treat it just like that.
Actually, though, they were saying that was that guy's first office, right? And I've been told that a lot of times people die suddenly, and they don't expect to die, right? So their ghosts go back to work every day as if they're still alive. Do you find that?
You know, there could be various reasons why spirits would hang around.
They don't want to go to work every day.
Well, you know, it wasn't just work to these people, though. You know, you have to think of it as they were out here for a purpose, the reason for being here. You know, so Levi Chamberlain actually did not pass here at the mission houses. He actually went back home. I forgot where he lived, I'm sorry, but I know he went back home. So did his spirit return after that because this was a place that he was so dedicated to and still wanted to continue to look over? It's a possibility because we do believe that the same thing happened with the royalty at the Gilani Palace, which we'll talk about in another episode.
Okay, so if you want to see these guys and check out their ghost stories, go to haunted.
You can go to spookykine.com and you can also check out our webisode series, paranormalhawaii.com, on YouTube as well.
Cool. And if people want to get in touch with you to investigate the ghost stuff, they just go to your website?
They can go to the website, email us, message us on Facebook. We're accessible as can be. And we'll
Except if
respond.
they're not on Twitter, so they're not reading them.
We will be.
We'll let the science guy figure
Not that
that
I'm
out.
mocking them.
Great.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.